Okay, I want to start today with a bit of a geography puzzle. I want you to picture the village of Kimberly, Wisconsin.
All right, I'm picturing it. Population roughly 7 or 8,000.
Around 7,300, give or take. It is February. The Fox River is likely frozen solid. The wind is doing that thing where it cuts right through your jacket.
Oh, yeah.
It is arguably the most quintessential American Midwest setting you can find. It's quiet, it's industrious, it's cold.
Sure. You've got the paper heritage, the supper clubs, the snow piles in the parking lots that don't melt until May. I know it well.
Exactly. Now, I want you to draw a direct line from that village to a city with a population of over 13 million people.
Okay.
A city known for Mughal architecture, scorching heat, vibrant spice markets, and traffic that would make a Wisconsin driver faint. Lahore, Pakistan.
Wow. It is a massive contrast. I mean, you could have picked two places that feel more different on the surface.
It feels random, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at the documents we have in front of us today, the event briefs, the library newsletters, there is a very specific, very active bridge connecting these two places.
And that bridge is a fashion runway.
On Saturday, February 28th, 2026, that bridge is going to look a lot like a fashion runway.
It is a fascinating case study in what we call cultural diplomacy. But this is happening at a grassroots level. We're doing a deep dive today into an event called Local Fashion Global Threads.
And I think the trap here, for anyone looking at the flyers, to think, oh, it's a library fundraiser, a fashion show. And you assume it's going to be
Polite.
polite, yes.
Maybe
a little dry.
Right. You assume it's generic. A few local shops, some sandwiches, everyone goes home.
But when you dig into the sources here, specifically with the Sister Library Partnership, you realize this is actually a pretty sophisticated operation.
It really is.
We're talking about an event that blends masala chai with Wisconsin baked chicken and high-end boutique fashion with, secondhand community donations.
It's a lot to unpack. It's effectively a masterclass in community building disguised as a lunch date.
So let's start with the global part of that title, Global Threads, because this isn't just a random theme they picked out of a hat.
Not at all. This is rooted in policy. This event is the public face of the Sister Library Partnership.
Okay, so the Kimberly Public Library has formally partnered with the Chutai Public Library in Lahore.
Exactly.
Now stop there for a second, because Sister Cities is a concept most people know, right? You get a plaque. Maybe the mayor visits once a decade. Is a sister library different? Or is it just another plaque on the wall?
That's a great question. No, it's much more granular and frankly more functional. Based on the programming notes we have, this isn't ceremonial. It's about shared literacy. It's an active pipeline. For example, look at the lead up to this event. They mention a Flavors of Pakistan story time on February 10th.
So they are prepping the groundwork weeks in advance.
Precisely. They are teaching the kids in Wisconsin about the culture of Lahore through books and stories first. It's an educational curriculum that culminates in this fashion show.
I see.
So it's not just look at the pretty clothes, it's understand the people who wear them. It's building cultural literacy from the ground up.
That context completely changes how you view the runway. And speaking of the runway, I was reading the agenda, and they've made a very specific choice for the opening act.
Yes, the tribute segment. It's not the local vendors.
Right. Before you see a single item of clothing from a local Wisconsin shop, the audience is going to watch a showcase of modern Pakistani fashion.
And the word modern there is doing a lot of heavy lifting. I think it's the most important word in that description.
How so? Why does modern matter so much?
Well, think about how Western media often portrays South Asia. It's often historicized. We see traditional clothing or things that look like they belong in a museum.
Right, the National Geographic view. Beautiful, but maybe not relatable to my Tuesday morning.
Precisely. But Lahore is a bustling, cosmopolitan megacity. It has designers, trends, street style, just like Paris or Milan. By explicitly showcasing modern Pakistani fashion, they are breaking that stereotype.
So they're saying this is a contemporary dialogue.
Exactly. These are clothes people are wearing now in a city that is just as modern as Chicago or New York.
It sets a completely different tone for the afternoon. It centers the partner culture as an equal, not an exhibit.
And it forces the audience to shift gears. You aren't just there to shop, you're there to learn. You are effectively traveling without leaving the Fox Valley.
Which brings us to the sensory part of this trip. Because if we were talking about immersion, we have to talk about the menu.
Oh, absolutely. This is not your standard luncheon fare.
I've seen some fusion menus, but this one is bold.
It is a taste of the valley in the truest sense, but the definition of the valley has been expanded to include the Indus Valley alongside the Fox River Valley.
So walk us through the mix and mingle hour. It starts at 10 a.m. Usually you walk in, you get a cup of lukewarm coffee.
Not here. The source material specifies that upon entry, guests are served a complimentary cup of hot masala chai.
And this isn't a tea bag thrown in hot water, is it?
No. This is being prepared by Nanglo Momos and Curry. They specialize in Nepalese and South Asian cuisine.
So right off the bat, you're handing a Wisconsin audience a drink that is steeped, pun intended, in South Asian tradition. Cardamom, ginger, cloves.
It's warming, it's aromatic, it signals to the guest, you are in a different space now. Hospitality is huge in South Asian culture, and serving chai is the universal sign of welcome.
And that just preps the palate for the lunch, which is where things get really interesting. The main course is listed as baked chicken and biryani.
It's the ultimate culinary handshake.
It really is. I mean, for our listeners who might not be from the Midwest, baked chicken is religion in Wisconsin. It's the Sunday supper club staple. It's safe. It's familiar.
It's comfort food. And biryani is the South Asian equivalent of that. It's a complex, spiced, layered rice and meat dish, a celebration dish.
Putting them on the same plate is such a deliberate statement. It says these two things belong together.
It's a coexistence. And they pulled in the heavy hitters to do it. You've got Tanner's of Kimberly doing the local side.
Tanner's is an institution. If you live in Kimberly, you know Tanner's.
For sure. And IVR of Kaukauna, and of course Nanglo Momos doing the biryani. It's a whole regional collaboration.
And don't forget the dessert. Cheesy Love Cheesecakery.
From De Pere.
Cheesy Love is possibly the best name for a Wisconsin bakery I have ever heard. It's so on the nose in the best way.
It just highlights the whole economic ecosystem the library is activating. They are using the global theme to boost the local economy.
Which is a perfect segue to the second half of the runway show. So we've had the Pakistani tribute, we've had the chai, now we pivot.
To the local threads segment.
Right. They have 4 main showcases listed. Uptown Girl Beauty and Boutique, Lillian's Boutique, and Periwinkle Poppy Boutique.
Which, are your standard successful local retail partners. This is where people take notes on what they want to buy for spring.
But then there's the 4th one. And this is the one that made me stop. In a lineup of boutiques with these fancy names you have. The Community Clothes Closet.
This is the most subversive and brilliant part of the entire event.
Explain that. Because a fashion show is usually about aspirational consumerism. Buy this expensive thing. The Community Clothes Closet is... well, it's a resource for people in need.
Exactly. It's a nonprofit that provides free clothing to people struggling with financial hardship. By putting them on the runway, the organizers are doing 2 very specific things.
Okay.
First, they are destigmatizing secondhand clothing. They are showing that you can look dignified and stylish in donated items.
That's a huge message for a community hub to send. It disrupts that class distinction.
Huge. But second, it aligns the event with the library's core mission. A library is about access. Free access to books, internet, information.
And the Clothes Closet is about free access to clothing.
Yes. Including them reminds the audience that this isn't just a fancy party. It's about community care. It grounds the entire event.
It prevents it from becoming elitist. You can have the high fashion, but you also have the reality of neighbors helping neighbors.
And that theme of participation carries through to the other activities, too, like the henna tattoo station.
Right, for a $10 fee. It's another interactive layer. It lets the guests literally wear the culture.
And the money, again, goes right back to the cause.
Okay, so we've talked about the fashion, the food. I want to shift gears to the how, because events like this don't just happen.
They cost money. They take a ton of work.
We need to talk about the Friends.
The FOKL, the Friends of the Kimberly Library.
And to understand this event, you really have to understand the difference between a municipal department and a 501c3.
Yes. Break that down for us, because I think most people assume I pay my taxes, the taxes pay from the library throws the party.
That is almost never how it works. The municipal budget, your tax dollars, that covers the hardware.
The building, the heat, the lights, the staff salaries.
The essentials. But taxpayers aren't always thrilled if the village votes to spend, $10,000 on masala chai and performers.
That would be a hard sell at a town hall meeting.
It would. That's where the software comes in. The Friends of the Library is a separate nonprofit. They are the fundraising arm. They raise the fund money.
The innovation money.
Exactly. So when you buy that $40 ticket, that money isn't going into the village's general fund to fix potholes.
No, it is going specifically into the FOKL account. And we can see from the sources where that money ends up. Last year, the Friends donated $6,500 to fully support the summer reading program.
Wow. That's a massive amount for a local library program.
It is significant. That pays for the performers, like the juggler with the yellow shoes they mentioned. It pays for the prizes that get kids to read over the summer.
So draw the line for me. Connect the dots for the listener.
The line is direct. You eat the biryani and watch the fashion show in February.
So that a 10-year-old has a high-quality reading program in July.
That's it. The fashion show is the financial fuel tank for the rest of the year's programming.
And looking at the library's calendar, that engine is running hot. This library is busy.
It's incredibly active. We are not talking about a dusty room where you get shushed.
No, I was looking at the schedule. The notes mention adult ukulele and guitar jams. They have book bedazzling. They have memory cafes.
The memory cafes stood out to me. That's a program for people with dementia and their caregivers.
Yes, exactly. It's a vital social service.
And again, this speaks to the library as a third place. You have home, you have work, and then you have that third place where you connect with your community.
It's interesting you use the word hub. The venue for this fashion show is literally the Gathering Hub.
A fitting name. And the library is modernizing that concept. Whether it's connecting with a neighbor over a ukulele or connecting with a sister library in Lahore, the function is the same.
Reducing isolation.
Yes. Physically and culturally, you are breaking out of the gray, as we mentioned at the start.
So let's get into the nuts and bolts for the listener who is thinking, okay, I'm sold. I want the chai. I want to see the show.
Mark your calendar. Saturday, February 28, 2026.
The timeline is tight. Doors open at 10:00 a.m. Do not be late for the mix and mingle. That's when the tea is hot. The luncheon shows start at 11:00 a.m.
It's at the Gathering Hub, 728 Shelfhout Lane. And a crucial detail. Seating is limited. Early ticket purchase recommended. This is not something you can buy at the door.
You can find tickets on Eventbrite. And remember, the sources explicitly say no refunds. If it blizzards, you put on your boots and you go.
Consider it part of the adventure.
Now, if you are listening to this and you aren't in the Fox Valley, what's the takeaway?
Look at the Friends group. You can join the Friends of the Timberley Library for $10 a year.
$10. That is too fancy coffee.
It's a low barrier to entry. But more broadly, look at your own library. Go to their website. See if they have a Friends group. Because I think we often take libraries for granted as just warehouses for books.
We think of them as static.
Right. But this event proves they are portals.
Portals.
A portal. You walk into the Kimberley Library, and you have a portal to Lahore. You have a portal to your neighbors via the Memory Cafe. A portal to sustainable fashion via the Community Clothes Closet.
I like that image. The library as a portal. And in this specific case, the portal opens up onto a runway with Nina Sperano from NBC 26 holding the microphone.
It's going to be a memorable day.
So here is our challenge to you. If you are local, go support this. Get a henna tattoo, eat the cheesecake. But even if you aren't, take a second to appreciate the ambition here. A village of 7,000 people deciding to be global citizens.
It starts with a book, and it ends with a conversation.
And maybe some biryani.
Always the biryani.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.